our Wallace and Stevens general purpose engine, built down in basic stroke, on the rubber wheels, towing the living van. Now this is recreated back in the day. This is how the thrashing tractor would move. You might have the thrashing drum, then the living van behind, or the living wagon behind. And that's what they would live in that's what the crew would live in while they were actually doing the work in the stackyard. There'd be a lad there who would be the cook, there'd be somebody who was in charge of the water dandy, and then the crew. Absolutely lovely that, with that living van on the back. Well done. Well, I believe they've got about 12 miles to do tonight to go home. That's probably a couple of hours, I would have thought. Maybe a bit more, depends on how many pubs are in the way. Right road train coming in now. Absolutely beautiful, the ball. Excise is full. Behind that we've got the long wheelbase Land Rover. And behind that we've got the living van. So back in the day you might not have the Land Rover in the middle. But always a useful thing to have just in case of an emergency. Obviously going to be roading home tonight. 25 miles. So what, 4 hours? 3 hours, depending on how many pubs on the way. Another road train coming in, the little patching roller, the Astle patching roller. We've got the trailer there, interesting trailer I have to say, and the roller living van, the road van that they've been living in at the weekend. Looks very comfortable in the trailer. Ready for a gentle ride home in the evening sunshine. And that's a little 6-ton Astle. Absolutely beautiful little thing. Interesting trailer on the solids, and then the road van, and I suspect that might even be a Cheshire Council road van. Sitting reading Country Life, look, I love it. Seen this one before. This is the Wallace and Stevens 1883 with that lovely 4-wheel cart on it. Again, back in the day, it wouldn't be on solid wheels, this is wooden wheels. And would not be on those on a very dry day. Those wheels with water to make them swell up to hold them on. So we've made a bit of an attempt to strap the coal on. I'm sure DVSA would be most impressed with that, but I would think the speed you're going is not going to hurt. Lovely 10-ton roller, got the tax drive in it, tread business roller with the living wagon up behind. Again, lived in that all weekend. How far are you roading it, Kat? 10 miles roading that tonight. On an evening like tonight, what a better way to spend the evening. Alan Atkinson with his lovely little Wallace advanced roller, used in 1925 for the War Department, used by the Royal Corps of Engineers. It's got the Royal Corps of Engineers badge on there. You'll notice that this hasn't got a full-size flywheel on it, and that's because it was for rolling asphalt. And with an ordinary roller, when you stopped, you left a dent in the asphalt. So this is quick reverse. So you can stop and go backwards more or less immediately. Thank you for that, Alan. You must get sick and tired of doing that. But that's the Wallace Advance. The big Fowler. See, we've got some decent coal going. Lady Garrick. John Fowler, engineers from the Leeds. Probably would be the plough. But they produced everything from ploughs, rollers, engines, you name it, road locomotives. John Fowler would turn their hand to it. Again, another lovely combination coming in with the Foster, again with the living man up behind, and on the back of that the water dandy. So not a very huge range, of a traction engine when it's on when it's using the water. So you've got the belly tanks under there, main water carried under the tender, you've got the belly tanks on there, and then you tow the water down.
Look at that one.
Obviously roading home tonight.
Beautiful.
See how far they're going tonight.
Oh, stunning that.
How far? Sorry? Wait, how far miles? 18? Wonderful, 18 miles. The big John Fowler Road Loco, delivered in this livery, lined out exactly the same as this. Look up under the canopy, you'll see some superb scroll work up under there, absolutely incredible. You'll also see the bell hanging up on the side of the canopy. That bell is there for the trailer boys with the trailer bed to signal the engine if they need to slow down or stop. So don't look shouting because you won't hear a thing. But a bit of string attached to that, give it a couple of days, and the driver will know whether to stop, whether to go faster or such like. Absolutely beautifully turned out that machine. And as I say, that was the state it was in when it was delivered new.
See you later, Liz.
So the roller down the road, you're probably going to average 3 miles in the hour, maybe a bit more than that, but generally about 3 miles an hour. The road locomotive is probably a little bit faster than that, maybe up towards 8 or 10 miles an hour, maybe 12 miles an hour, but not a particularly fast way of travel. And of course it depends on how many pubs. Absolutely wonderful to see those road train places again. It just shows the dedication of these guys. You know, don't go loaders, build more. And we'll do a good, if the tune's a good clear out. Lovely little train on that wallet. And again, on steel wheels. Jonathan taking most of the available coal. So we've got those out to the arena, we'll bring some more engines in just to have a look at. Avon and Porter, the dancing horse of Kent. Look at Rochester, Tom Davis was probably the guy that we give the credit to for motorised speed. We had portable engines that were towed around by horses and such like. But Thomas Avon had the brainwave, he studied the brainwave to actually make the engine move the vehicle. So tractor was lightweight hauling, removal, brick hauling and so on and so forth. Early riser, Gilly up on the footplate there, Gilly steering today. Got the family up there, always beautifully turned out, look there, you've done everything. Absolutely beautifully turned out, brasswork highly polished, absolutely superb. With children playing in the coal bunker, what could be better? Another lovely little Avon tractor. The full-length canopy on there. These were the equivalent of the florin of the day, English princess. Been in a shed since the 1970s, pulled out a couple of 3 years ago, so is in really unrestored or old livery, which is really great. Another Astle, excellent Astle. This one was used at Hereford Rural District Council, and what we tended to find was the rollers were the longest lived steam on the road, and they tended to retire the roller when the driver retired. Driver had a bit of an overnight life, he was with the engine all week in the living van, and then he would cycle home at the weekend. This is the blower coming round now, another little fowler, twin cylinder, so compound engine, used steam twice, high pressure steam and then the low pressure. More costed. Another 18 and quarter. Again, originally on steel straight, but